So my top 3 tips to creating wedge habits for the category of thrive would be these. The first one is to have ways to cultivate a positive mindset, and perhaps that could be a gratitude practice. To then reset your stress at regular intervals throughout the day. And if you're doing both of those, perhaps this one is thinking about more authentic connections. And I'll talk about the kind of AI that we need more of. So how and why should you do these? Well, firstly, the most important one I would say for this category of thrive, to actively cultivate a positive mindset, just like you would work on staying physically fit, we need to work on staying mentally fit. And one of the most studied areas of positive psychology is that of gratitude. Now, why this works is that when you actively seek out gratitude moments and you reflect on them and you relive them, you wire your brain differently. And the research has shown that people that do this can actually start moving towards more optimism bias. So they become more optimistic. Who wouldn't want to be that? I know that I do. And when we immerse ourselves into something that we're grateful for and we relive the moment, like, why am I grateful for that experience that happened? And we think of, where was I? How did it sound like, feel like? We release dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin that are feel-good chemicals. And once again, our neurochemistry shifts and we start becoming potentially more happy and more joyful. So Sean Acor has written and does a lot of research around happiness and the advantage it gives us, not just in our personal lives, but also at work. And Brene Brown said that it's not joy that makes us grateful, but rather gratitude that makes us joyful. So really powerful to embed this as a wedge habit if it's not something that you already do. Perhaps keeping a gratitude journal or actively making time in the morning or the evenings to reflect on what you're grateful for, or as a family, perhaps to take time before every shared meal to share what you're grateful for from the day. Then secondly is to reset stress. And one of the ways to do this easily at your desk, anytime, anywhere, even while you're driving, while you're in meetings, is to become more aware of your posture and your breath. Now, when I went to Japan, I came across this expression, the most important things in our practice. So this is the practice of being Zen, which is really calm, the opposite of stress, are our physical posture and breathing. When we're stressed, and particularly when we sit at our desks, it can be easy to compromise our breath. We start breathing a lot more faster and more shallow, and we hunch our shoulders and clench our jaw and frown. So a technique that I use all the time is I bring my awareness, and perhaps you can do it right now as you're watching this video and listening, is on your next inhale, bring your awareness to your posture. And so say to yourself, strong back. So as you inhale, lift up your posture slightly. I mean, you don't want to be uncomfortable and become like a stiff statue. And then as you exhale, allow the front of your body, especially your head and your jaw and your chest and your shoulders, to soften. So soften the stress. Stress builds up as constriction in our bodies. So I invite you to try that one more time. Deep breath in, strong back. Deep breath out. Soften stress, soften your front. Wonderful. Now, the third tip is to definitely think about better connections. And here it is about having less AI and more AI. What do I mean by AI? Authentic intimacy. And this starts with yourself. So are you actually spending time connecting with yourself? Or do you wake up in the morning and straight away jump onto your phone? And at the end of the day, is your phone the last thing that you say goodnight to? Because when are you making time to breathe, to connect in with yourself? And when you are with others, because connection is so important for our mental health and to thrive, is to put your phone not just turned upside down on the table. Can it actually stay in your bag? Can it be in another room? Can, as a family or a group of friends, we commit to, when we are together, not having our devices around, even if just for the first hour, and see what kind of connection could be possible then? I hope that these 3 top tips will help inspire you to enhance this category of thrive.